Guys, I'm going to do a quick pond update. I was up late last night with my dad digging it out, and I also ordered a filter for it. So I want to show you that, show you the dimensions, my plans for it. I have to get it done soon because it looks like it's going to rain here. So I don't want all the dirt to fill back in. Plus I have to put down some like underlayment pads. It's like a very simple, easy underlayment that I'm using cardboard for. But let me show you the filter I ordered, and this is going to be pumping into the tub that I had talked about in a previous video. So if you look down here, this is the filter. It is a Danner pump and filter kit 1700 system. So this is the filter, like the pre-filter, which also serves as biological and mechanical filtration. Now I mentioned that I didn't really care for mechanical, but I noticed that more and more the area is getting more sunlight throughout the summertime. And then this pump is rated for 700 gallons per hour. I'm not going to be using the fountain head, but I'm going to be using this to pump water into the tub to create my own waterfall. So I'm going to take you guys over to the pond and what I've been working on last night. Still a bit messy over here, a lot of work to be done. So you can see that there's the pond, and then if we come over here, this is the liner. It is a 15 by 15 foot liner, and it is 45 milliliters thick. I recommend 45 milliliters. You'll have a lot less problems in the future. It's just thicker. It doesn't allow for roots to grow through it as easily. Now, as you can see, I do have a lot of roots there, over here, and all along this wall. And why it's important to get a thicker liner is because if those roots start to grow, you don't want it puncturing your pond liner and causing problems in the future. Or if there are sharp rocks or anything that could potentially pop it or poke a hole in it. But now I am also adding cardboard, and I have like a lot of cardboard, so I'm going to be putting it on the one layer on the bottom and then a couple layers on the edges of the pond. Also, I'm going to be putting these pads that I got like a while ago and we had extra of. They're like gym mat pads of foam. These are going to go in front of the thicker roots by the tree, just for extra protection. Plus they're going to go over some other roots that look like they're going to be a problem because they're so thick. They should and they're like foam, they should really help provide like a layer between the pond and the ground. This is probably overkill, but it should do what it needs to do. As you can see, there is a lot of dirt taken out of this pond. This is like 20 wheelbarrows full of dirt. Kind of hard to tell, but it is a lot. And so the way I figured out how much dirt to take out was, I think the best way is to just put the pond liner in, and then to see like how much space you need and how much it's going to be. Like I tried doing all the dimensions. It's 15 by 15, but the actual dimensions of this area are 10 by 8 roughly. Plus I have this ledge in there because that is where like a pipe is, and we had to really protect it. As you can see, there's like cement blocks underneath it and above it, so that way the pressure wouldn't bother it. Now it's kind of hard to tell depth on video, but this is like 3 feet, 4 feet deep over in this area, and then up there it's a lot. It's like a foot or a foot and a half deep, and then next to the window it's more like half a foot. But so the plans are, I'm going to have the pond liner come all the way up to the edge of the wall, and I'm either gonna screw in with some concrete nails and washers to hold it in place, or I'm going to get a metal pipe that I'm going to wrap the pond liner around that will hold it from that edge to over here. And I'm either going to put a cinder block to either make it high enough, and what it's looked like it's going to be doing is that it's going to overflow here if it ever too much water gets over here. So this is the wheelbarrow we were using. Can move this out of the way. Kind of show you the big area. So let's see if I can get down in there without like falling. But here is the pond in it now, and as you can tell, I'm over 5 foot, so it is up to my like ribs, and so that's easily like 3.5 feet deep. But as you can see, there are lots of roots just from this tree, and these are all roots here. This is where those gym mats I'm probably gonna put, and then also this is where like a little ledge I created for this pipe, and that's where I want to put another gym mat like over these edges, just to be extra safe and cautious. So then up here is where I'm going to put the tub, hopefully, and that's going to overflow into the pond. So now the plan is to get that filter and pump set up on the floor down here, pumping water all the way up, either along this edge and then up into there to flow down into here. Now I don't know if the pond's going to be really filled all the way to the top or not, so the height would be up to this pipe. It cannot be higher than this pipe because this is the pipe that drains the water from my room. So if I have it higher, then water will go back into the pipe and cause issues. So if you look here, the pipe is lined up with this cement line here. So ideally the pond can be that high up and create little shallow banks, which would be great for the fish, like having a shallow area here, then the next ledge here, then a smaller ledge here, and then the deep area. So that way if there's ever any predators, which there are, I see cats, raccoons, bears constantly around here, I am going to fence it in, but right now I don't have the fence. So having deep sections in the pond allow the fish to get away. It allows the temperature of the pond to stay better regulated. Also, it provides just a great area for fish to have different areas to go, especially like if I plan on doing African cichlids. The female African cichlids like to be in shallow areas to release their eggs once they're ready to be released from mouth brooding care. So things like that, it just provides an easy transition into a deeper section of the pond. Also, I want to put plants on the like shallower sections, which would be easier than a plant in the deeper section because it wouldn't get as much sunlight, plus the roots would have to go down pretty deep. So yeah, guys, that is the update on the pond. I will show you guys when it's all set up. There's a lot of work still to be done. Like I have to make sure all the edges you see behind me are pretty packed down solid. Plus I want to make sure that it's high enough, so I have to put cinder blocks and then put the pond liner on top of it and then rocks on top of that and things like that. But stay tuned for the ride, and I'm going to be putting in a lot of plants, a lot of things like that, fish, and I don't want to add the koi until I know it's like safe. I'm going to be jump starting it with biological material from the sponge filters I have. Just going to squeeze them out. All that detritus and things like that will jump start a cycle really quickly within a week or less, and basically the cycle is done for the fish. So if you want to stay tuned, please subscribe, like, share. I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed it. I will be updating this. This will hopefully be done in a week's time. I also have to take into account that my roof is being redone, so I don't want any contaminants from the roof to fall in. So I don't know if I'll be adding fish sooner or later, but I definitely want to get the liner in with water. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a good day, a weekend, whatever it is. Keep smiling and have a good day. Bye.